1 year ago. 1 year ago, the Atari VCS first came out to the public. And this is gonna be my review on what I think of it after 1 year. So the Atari VCS first was announced like in 2018, I want to say. I'm not sure on the exact details, but they announced it a long time ago and finally came out last year. But besides the point, that's been happening to a lot of consoles lately. The Polymega, the Television Amico, and even the Evercade Versus, which just recently came out. So, in reality, the pushbacks of the game system itself wasn't really a problem, because now everybody's doing it because of the situation going on. But really, I'm enjoying this console a lot. It's really the only game console I've been playing. I know I have an Xbox and a PS4, but I don't play them near as much as the VCS. Mainly because most of those games, excuse my throat, most of those games I have to install and download updates to. These games are actually done, and I could play them within an hour or so after installing it. And on Xbox, I can't, because I have not the best internet connection, and I can't get it where I live, so that's why my internet connection sucks. But regardless of that, damn, this is probably going to be the worst review ever, but the Atari VCS is probably the only game system that I've been playing, other than the Switch, because I could still buy games for that, and I don't need to update them or anything to play them, but still, the VCS is the only home console game that I've been playing, mainly because the games are cheap, and the games they have on here are actually kind of fun to play. I'm not a very big RPG person that can play a game for hours at a time, and that's great for this system, because they don't have any long-standing games. You can play these games in like a few minutes at a time, and it will be just fine. But then there are some longer playing games, kind of like this one here. I'm just getting into it, and it's a lot of fun. Sydney Hunter's a pretty good game, and they got the whole Recharge series on here. I know they have that on the PS4 or the Switch and Steam, but like I said, I don't have good internet, so I don't use Steam at all. So this is the only real console I've been playing lately. I like it a lot. It may not be for you. The price range, yeah, that's a big selling point, but nobody wants to buy it for the price, you know. But I'll justify the price here. It is a PC. You can boot it into a PC mode and use it as a regular computer. And I've been doing some tests. I wanted to do a video on this myself, but straight out of the box, this thing runs better, like games better than my actual computer. And I got a Dell laptop with an i3 core, Intel core, yeah, and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. And this thing, straight out of the box with 8 gigs, plays better than that thing ever did. It's probably around the same price when I bought it. I got it at Best Buy for like 500 bucks. This thing is roughly around the same price, and it's actually better, I think, than my PC itself. Although I don't know, it's just a laptop, so it could be worse. It could be better. I just think it is better because I tested several games on my laptop that I tested on here, and this seems to run it better. Not even gonna lie. It might just have to do with that Ryzen chip installed in this thing. So, if you ever have any doubts on that, you can take my word for it. Or if you don't want to do that, because I know a lot of people out there is probably like, who is this guy and what's he know about gaming? Nothing really, because I keep dying. But I am truly happy that I got the Atari VCS, and it's probably my favorite system as the time right now. 2020, the end of 2021, it still holds up, I think. Yeah, there's not that many games on there right now, but they're getting more. I like the classic flashback series of games that they got on here. I would just like to see a little bit more from that. If they could put, like, maybe, I don't know, Jaguar games on here or something, that would be cool. Although I don't know if they have the license for those yet. Or, you know, they might just had some third-party Jaguar games that everybody liked. But if they do have license for that, that would be neat. I would love to see Jaguar games on this thing. Because I never actually played the Jaguar. I have one. I got one game for it. And I played it maybe once. So I would like to get into that some more. But yeah, the Atari VCS is a win for me. So if you want to check it out, I recommend it. It's pretty cool. I give it a 5-star. Well, maybe not a 5-star. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. But that's just me. Other people will shit on this thing and say it's garbage just because it doesn't really know what it wants to be, because it's a PC, because it's a game console. That's really what gets people confused. I mainly use it for a game console. I know I did some videos where I had it as a PC and I use it as a PC, and it works just fine as a PC. It's just, you gotta set it up to do that, and if you're not technically inclined and don't know how to do that, just use it as a game console. It's just as good, if not better. But the only selling point of this thing really right now is that it's good for people who doesn't have fast internet like me, because you can download a game in an hour or so and be ready to play within an hour. Also, it's good for retro gaming, and it's good for people who don't really know how to play video games, like kids, because most of these games here are pretty easy to get into, and it's actually not bad. There's no really harsh language or anything on these games. Maybe one of them I could think of, but all of them are pretty easy to get into, and they're all kid-friendly. So if you have a kid and you don't know what to get them, like if they got a birthday coming up, or even after Christmas, and they want to go buy a game console and you don't know, well, if you want to get the Xbox, yeah, it's like $700. You can get the Atari VCS for like $500, and it'll just be as good. I know the games on here aren't high quality by any means, like graphic wise, but I don't really care about that. It's all about how much fun I have playing the game. And I have a lot of fun playing this thing. So, yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to tell you my thoughts of the VCS. And, what everybody else should think about it too. Because I really like this thing. And I'd hate to see it fail because nobody gave it a try. That's it. Bye-bye.